Hello YouTube land, it's Debbie from the Canadian Crocheter again. It's been a little while since I posted anything, and that's because I've had a rough week. So, oh my goodness. Buster, no, you sit down, be a good boy. Anyway, sorry, I have 3 dogs here, 2 of my own and 1 that I'm doggy sitting till the end of April. And anyway, I've had a rough week or so. My husband decided to surprise me and take me to the Cottage Life show. I had a great time, came back, and within 24 hours, my glands had swollen, my lips had swollen. They were so swollen, they started cracking and bleeding. And I thought, oh great, now it's all I need is a cold. But now that I'm thinking about it, nothing else developed, so it probably was an allergy to something that I ate, which I'm going to have to pay attention to for future so that, you know, can't remember what I ate that day that would have given me that allergic reaction because I don't have any allergies. Anyway, and then last Thursday, my cast came off. I am now wearing an air boot, and I guess naive me thought, oh, I'm going to get the cast off and I'm going to start motoring little by little, but no, the doctors seem to think it's going to take another 3 to 6 months of physio, and yeah, I'm not going to be mobile for quite a long time. Kind of bummed about that, but I guess looking at the bright side, I get to crochet more. I am bummed because I love to garden, and this is going to be the season for gardening. But I will live through it. I will survive, I guess. Anyway, I've made a few things over the last week or so. First thing that I made was this cowl. Now I started to use, I had 1 skein of this cowl, which I believe is a British brand. Yeah, Skipton, UK. I had 1 skein of this left. It's a king cowl, super chunky twist. The colorway is natural twist. I didn't know what to do with it, so I thought, oh, I'll make a little cowl. Well, the pattern that I was following didn't have enough to finish, and then I needed a big button because the button was supposed to go through one of these big holes, but of course I didn't have a big enough button, so I thought, oh, what am I going to do with it? So I stitched it at the bottom. So basically it just comes out like that, and it lays flat. I like it. Not bad for 1 skein of yarn. Anyway, that's one thing that I made, and that was done in, less than an hour. The other thing that I made was this. People laugh when they see me hobbling around with this around my neck, but it is my cell phone holder. And the reason that I made this is because I had another cell phone that accidentally fell into the toilet and it was toast. So got the second one and I said, well, that's not going to happen again. So not going to happen because I made this. Literally 10 minutes, 15 minutes and done. Fits my phone and maybe a couple of other little things like my lip stuff. And yeah, and then I was showing it to my daughter, who's 23 or going to be 23 this year. And she said, you should make a ton of these and sell them to all the drunk girls. I'm thinking, maybe there's a demand for stuff like this for the drunk girls. Anyway, I thought it was funny. But anyway, I guess necessity is the mother of invention, and I have not dropped this phone yet. So anyway, the other thing that I was working on, I have a friend who's having a baby. Well, I guess not for a while, not till July, but I've been working up baby stuff. I showed you 1 blanket a couple of videos ago that I was working on. And then with that blanket, using the same yarn, I made a little baby, oh my goodness, the lighting is awful. Little baby coat, I guess. This was 0 to 3 months, or at least the pattern that I followed was 0 to 3 months, but this looks awfully big to to be 0 to 3 months. This is more like a 6-month-old. Either that or my babies were chunky. Anyway, so I made that to go along with the blanket. And then I also made a little newborn hat out of the same yarn. And I have a little more left, which I'm going to make a hat for a 6-month-old. But I also made this hat. I followed Bag O'Day. Her hat looked a lot nicer than mine, and I followed to a T. So same thickness of yarns, same everything. I'm trying to see if you can see it. Anyway, hers kind of just, the brim kind of just waved and undulated. Mine, it's like a thunderstorm going on, the waves. Anyway, I showed it around. Everybody loves it, so I'll throw it in with the other stuff. But I'm going to try it again, maybe make a smaller one, so we'll see. So that, oh, and I found some leftover yarn somewhere, and I made a little toque in the pinks and the purples. And since I've been on a baby kick, I decided to make a play mat using Bernat blanket. And so I only had one skein, I'm trying to show you, one skein of this pink, and I'm feeling it, and it didn't feel thick enough. So I decided to make another panel in the off-white, and I stitched them together, so with little waves or shells. So that'll be the back side, and now it's super thick. It's like a little mini mattress for belly time. And anyway, that's what I made, so I'll be sending that. I had a teensy-weensy little bit left. So I've been watching these ladies make water balloons out of this Bernat blanket, so I thought, well, if it makes a good water balloon, it'll make a good bath poof. So I made a little bath poof. It's not as tight as your normal bath poofs, but I figured, you know, my friend is kind of tiny. She's got tiny hands. Her hands can fit in there, and then hang it on the bath, and she can wash her baby with it. I'll probably make a few more baby items, just to send a great big package, so she has something to open. Another thing that I was working on, I received a gift of yarn from my son for my birthday, and it was the Cairn tea cakes, which is slightly thicker, well, a lot thicker than the Cairn cakes. Anyway, he brought me, the color was green tea. I am not a green person. My favorite color is red, but anytime somebody requests something, it's always blue or green. Anyway, so I didn't know what to do with it, so I decided to make a big blanket for my husband, because that's his favorite color. Anyway, I've decided to go with corner to corner, because it literally took me only 2 days to make this. I will post a picture of him holding it, and you have to understand that he's 6 feet tall. So you won't see him, you'll only see the blanket, and you'll get an idea of how big it is. But anyway, I was making this, and I was playing yarn chicken. So this is all corner to corner, but I half double crochet, not double crochet. I thought it would make a little bit of a thicker texture, and it did. Anyway, I was playing yarn chicken. I ended up with this much yarn. And the only reason, I'll have to excuse my dogs. The only reason that I have that much left, I wasn't going to have enough. So with the corner to corner, you have 3 stitches. So I had 3 half double crochets. And in this last little corner here, I did 2. Only 2 each one. So I think for like 1, 2, 3, 4 rows, only did 2. And you can't tell. As far as I'm concerned, you can't tell. So anyway, he's extremely pleased with it. It's extremely heavy and warm. And this will probably end up at our cottage for him to snuggle with because he is a cuddler. Snuggle with when the weather gets cooler. And then the last thing that I worked on was, so I started making, okay, my favorite football team, not that I watch a lot of football, but if I'm going to watch it, I like to watch the Denver Broncos. And their colors are blue and orange. So I don't know if you can tell. It's very bright in the camera, but it's a little less bright in real life. So I had this, actually I had Bernat Premium. Bernat Premium. And this colorway is Hunter's Orange. And I don't know what the blue is because I ran out and I don't have the label anymore. But it's like almost like a royal blue. And so I thought I'll make myself a granny square blanket. So I started making the granny squares and I dug it out and so I wanted to practice the mattress stitch. So I put it together. Did not block the squares, of course. So I put it together and then I got really, really tired of sewing all these squares together. So my next goal is to learn how to attach as I go, or crochet as I go, whatever the term is. So I made this, got really, really tired, so I only ended up doing 5 rows across, 6 rows down, which is a good size for me. And I thought, oh, once I attached all those, I decided, oh, to make it bigger, I'll just do rows and rows of grannies, and then I did half double crochet. Sorry, that's the back side. I'll do half double crochets, border, and it's a great, great size for me. Love the color, even though my kids think it's a little old-fashioned. I don't care. I'm old-fashioned. The problem is it is really wonky, as you can see. And I guess I wasn't thinking properly when I didn't want to block the squares. Now I have to block the whole thing. So my blocking mat's not big enough, so I have to get my husband to go to Walmart and pick up some more mats to make the mat bigger so that I can block this thing. I think that's all I have done that I want to show you. I have been working on some other stuff, but I can't show you because they're for a swap, and I don't want to ruin anything. Although I'm really, really, really afraid of this swap. It's another YouTuber, and I'm looked at her work, and I'm really intimidated. I've only been crocheting. It's my 2nd year, and I've looked at her work, and it's impeccable. She's awesome. And so I'm a little afraid of her reaction when she opens up mine. But anyway, I've made a few things, and I'm waiting for something that I ordered for her. And as soon as I get that, I'm going to ship off her items. And yeah, that's all I've been working. I can't show you anything else. I am antsy to get mobile so that I can clean up my office that has turned into a craft room. Well, not really a craft room, just a yarn room. So that I can show you all what it looks like. Right now, it looks like it blew up or barfed up yarn. So cannot show you that. I'm not really overly concerned with what people think, but that's ridiculous. So we'll wait a little bit on that. Hopefully everybody had a wonderful Easter. If that is something that you celebrate, and if not, wasn't something that you celebrate, I hope you had a nice, relaxing weekend. I know I did. I did nothing because I couldn't. My husband decided, and you have to understand that I do all the cooking, and normally we have between 20 and 25 people for any sort of function. That's why I have a table that seats 18. But this year I was going to cancel, and my husband said, no, he's going to do it. And he did. He did a turkey legs, and a ham. My daughter came into town, and she made eggs on Friday. She made the sweet potato pie, which was delicious, by the way. And she helped with the other things. And then everyone that came brought something. You know, somebody brought mashed potatoes, somebody brought scalloped potatoes, somebody brought salad, dessert. You know, it was wonderful. And again, I'll insert a picture of my husband's table setting and everyone around it. He couldn't find my Easter settings or tablecloth, so he used Christmas. But that's okay. I love him anyway. He did his best, and his best exceeded my expectations. Anyway, hopefully I'll be able to post some more in the next couple of days because I'll be crocheting. And hopefully you have a wonderful day and wonderful week, and we'll talk soon.